All Stop Sports. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back with another video. We're going to talk some more boxing, but first and foremost, shout out to the LDBC. Now, this is my official fight prediction for the Unification Showdown this weekend between the WBO and WBC Junior Welterweight Champion Terence Crawford, who will be taking on the IBF and WBA Junior Welterweight Champion Julius Indongo. And this will be taking place at the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm extremely excited for this fight. This is the first unification bout we've had since 2005 that will actually crown an undisputed champion in one weight division. Terence Crawford is an amazing fighter, but this is how I see the fight breaking down. Julius Indongo is very long and rangy. He's fighting out of the southpaw stance. I like how he has a nice jab followed by that straight left hand we've seen stop Edward Troyanowski, and we also saw that be very effective against Ricky Burns. But I expect Julius Indongo to have some success early, maybe around round 1 and round 2 as well. But Terence Crawford's going to make a lot of adjustments on the fly and adjust to the awkwardness that Julius Indongo is going to bring into the ring. Also, Terence Crawford's going to have to dictate the pace with his footwork and his own jab that I think is going to enable him to start dominating the fight, take over the fight around round 3. And that's when I see Terence Crawford getting into his rhythm. You know, he'll be coming out of the southpaw stance. I look for him to slip that right jab from Julius Indongo and counter that straight left hand to the body of Indongo as well as upstairs to his head. Terence Crawford, I believe, will be fighting out of the southpaw stance, so he will dictate as well using his right jab and his head movement. He will disrupt the rhythm of Indongo. I expect to see a classic performance by Terence Crawford once again as he continues to improve and get better. And I expect Terence Crawford to stop Julius Indongo in round 10, TKO. But I wouldn't be shocked if the fight goes the distance. I have a great deal of respect for Julius Indongo. He's a true warrior and a true champion. He's traveled around the world, going to Russia, going to Scotland to win championship belts. Now he's coming to America with the mission of wanting to do the same thing. Both fighters are giving up $100,000 of their purses strictly just to pay sanctioning fees. This is the biggest fight in boxing, the most meaningful fight in boxing, simply from the standpoint of all the belts are on the line. And we've got no promotion from ESPN. Last weekend, 2 weeks ago, Vasyl Lomachenko was fighting Mariaga, and they had Bob Arum on ESPN, all that, calling Vasyl Lomachenko the greatest fighter since Muhammad Ali, and he did 750,000 views on ESPN. I guarantee you Terence Crawford pulls more views than that from ESPN this weekend. And I also guarantee you that arena in Lincoln, Nebraska is going to be far more sold out than where Lomachenko fought in California. And yet, they are pushing Lomachenko. So is this going to be a way that gets Terence Crawford to actually leave Top Rank? That's something we're going to have to wait and see. But the disrespect is flat out. It's right in your face. And there's no reason for it, because Terence Crawford also is the better fighter. And on the other hand, he's also selling more tickets and pulling in more views. So why would they not be pushing that gym? It's unexplainable. But after this, Terence said he's interested in possibly moving up to 147. He said he wants to challenge Keith Thurman. He sees Keith Thurman as the top dog at 147, and why would he want to take option 2 or option 3? I like his mentality. He wants to be great, and that's what both of these guys are fighting for, the opportunity to be great. And I decided earlier this week, that I'll be in attendance. I'll be at the fight this Saturday night. So if anybody else from the LDBC is going to be in attendance and wants to link up, I don't drink myself, but I got a couple rounds on y'all. A couple rounds for y'all on me.